Welcome to
Hey there, how you doing, people? How we doing today? Good
Jay's
evening across the world.
Jay's interview for the pregnancy journey, the father version, the baby daddy version.
Baby, why I gotta be a baby daddy? I'm not a baby daddy. I'm your husband. There's a difference.
Oh, tell him, big
Husband,
Ben.
married. I'm the father of your child.
My
Call me no
bad.
damn baby daddy.
All right. So I guess. Well, the first question I want to say is kind of give.
That noise.
The first thing I want to ask you, like, in a short summary, like, how was like, how did it go down with Kier? How did Kier and Jeremiah be born? Like, in the short summary, like, what happened from your from the dad perspective?
The dad
How
perspective
did
of their birth.
yeah?
Um, how did I feel?
Or just watching everything.
As watching everything, it was it was amazing and weird at the same time. Like amazing because it's like, man, my kids, my children are being born.
Mm-hmm.
Like wow, like I saw my son come out. I got to cut the cord. It was like it was weird. I was like, I ain't want to cut it at first. I was like, I got to cut it. I got to cut something on him. She's like, it's not on. It's on him, but it's not on him. I was like, all right. So it's like I don't want to harm my child. So I was like, I'm not clip it like that. The first one, but actually, I was kind of nervous with him being born because he was born exactly a month early. He was supposed to be his due date was November 7th. He was born October 7th.
Okay.
And when he came out, he was breathing funny, so he didn't cry at first. So it was just like he was moving, but he wasn't crying. So they worked. They was over there working on it. Then they got him to breathe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then I cut the umbilical cord, and they took him out the room. So I got kind of nervous. They was like, they just want to check on his breathing because he was breathing funny. So he was in the NICU. So then I was scared. Is then it's like, man, I gotta go down there. So when we went down there, it was like, man, like I was scared to breathe because you see babies in the incubator like this big, they could fit in the palm of your hand. So it was like I was scared, so I was holding my breath. I was breathing in my shirt like this, and then like the night before, because we was in the hospital because it was in the summer, it was like it was still warm, so I wasn't even had no jacket and that, and so I was cold all night because his labor was like 17 hours long.
Wow.
So it was just like I caught a little the sniffles. So it was like I started sneezing a little bit. So I ain't want to sneeze in there, so I had to keep going out the room, sneeze, wash my hands, wash my face off, so I can go in there just to see him. Like we got to go in the room with him and like feed him and stuff, but we couldn't take him out. He was only in down there for the day.
Oh.
So he had to make sure he was like just keep monitor his breathing, make sure it was alright with no problems. So then he came up. Then it was fine after that with him. Like
What
he
about
was good.
Kier?
With Kiara was funny. Like I didn't even know we was going to the hospital with Kiara. It was like we woke up. She said something to me. Get Jeremiah dressed. I was like, all right, I'm half asleep. So she was, I'm like, where are we taking him? To my mom. So we dropping Jeremiah off at her mom's house. And I'm like, all right, now what? She's like, go to the hospital. I'm like, for what? So I'm in labor. I'm about to have a baby. I'm like, oh, for real? So we got to the hospital.
You know that's something she said to you that you ain't know what she said? That was her telling you that she was in labor.
Look, I didn't look. You can't talk to somebody when they had sleep.
No, we can't talk to you.
All right, well, you can't talk to me when I'm half asleep. I ain't gonna hear half of what you said. But when we got there, she was already dilated. I think she was already 5 centimeters dilated when we got there.
Okay.
So they got her in a room and settled everything. So when they got the epidural, I think she was like 7, 8 centimeters dilated.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time they got it, like when they gave it to her, they was like, "All right, it's about to kick in." She was like, "I'm in pain. I feel it." So she was like, "Can I push this button?" It's like, "No, because it only worked every 15 minutes." So she was like, "Yo, I'm really in pain." So when they checked her again, she was like 10 centimeters dilated, and the baby head was already coming out. So she like had her like she had Kiara like pretty much natural.
Mm.
The epidural didn't kick in until after she came. So and she came out 9 pounds even. She was a big baby. That was like holding a little football.
Did you cut the cord for Kiara
Yeah, I
too?
cut the cord for Kiara. That
Was
was
you as
easy.
nervous?
No, I wasn't nervous. I knew what to expect. Now the only difference was I was cool all both of them, except for with Jeremiah. The one time I got messed up is with the afterbirth. When that lady took it and picked it up and threw it in that bucket, that was like the nastiest thing. I almost threw it right there. I had to run out the room. I was like, oh my god, like what was that? Like that came out of you. I was like, yo, I was creeped out. At first, I didn't know. I thought something was wrong. What was that? She was like, I was like, I'm trying to hold it in. Like, what was that? Trying not to throw up. And she told me it was an afterbirth. Like, I almost lost it then. But with Kiara, I knew what to expect. So I knew when to turn away. Like, I didn't want to see that.
So you know what to expect now.
Yeah.
So you gonna turn away when it's time
Yeah.
to take out the.
Like, when both of they births, like, with Kiara, I watched the whole thing. Like, with Jeremiah, I was a little nervous. It was my first time. I looked, I was like, ugh. His head like, oh. And he came out, I was like, oh, he got when she had pulled him out. But with Kiara, I saw the whole thing I watched. But man, it's amazing. It's like, man, that thing happens to that down there. Ooh, man. Bless y'all women's heart. That's all I can say. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all get all praises with that one right there. Cause when what goes on down there around that time, man, you think it'll never be the same again. Y'all are blessed to withstand that.
Oh, next question. So, is it anything like you're nervous about seeing or doing? Like anything you're nervous about with this pregnancy?
Not at all. Like I just been like having a good mind, having like just positive thoughts, like nothing negative. Like my baby gonna be healthy, full term. Everything gonna be good. Like you gonna be healthy. Everything's gonna be good. Like I tell myself that everything, every day, every night.
And this has been a high risk pregnancy, a long high risk road. At any moment was you like nervous or you just carry this positive attitude?
Um, I was nervous the first couple months. Like once you got to 3 months, I was cool. I was like always nervous because I always knew like from growing up, my older cousins and stuff like that. Like the first couple months is the shaky months, so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like once you past your third, fourth month, like it's a your chances is better. So I'm like, I was cool. And then like I got nervous when you got to that little accident. That kind of made me nervous too, just to make sure you was alright. But like I just knew, like, and plus I wanted to definitely stay positive for you because I know how you felt and what your mind was with it. So it was just like I'm just always in that spirit and always telling you like everything gonna be good. And you always act, and every time you say something like, "Yep, that's why you gonna go full term. You're gonna be born on September 3rd."
He's a hater, y'all. He's a hater for every
How am
pregnant.
I a hater?
Because every pregnant person, every pregnant woman in the world, nobody wants to go the
No,
whole
because
40
it was like
weeks.
because you was like, I don't know if I can do it. I can't do it. Then you was like, he gonna come this time. What if I don't make it past? So I'm like, I can't be with that. Like, so I had to keep hope. And like, and you wanted it like now you be uncomfortable sometimes. Like I just wish I want him to come. All right, after this I want to come. I'm like, nah, he gonna come when he's supposed to come, not when you want to. It never, and you didn't learn. It never happens when you want to. Every time you want something to happen when you want to. When does it happen? After or before? Never when you want to.
Anyway, next question. So, backtrack just a little bit. When you found out we was pregnant, like, how did you feel?
Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
my honest.
Yes.
Oh shit. The first thing popped in my head because I thought we was in the clear.
You thought I wasn't having it?
Yeah, because at the moment we was trying. At first we was like we don't want no kid. We don't want. Then we was like you was like oh, I want to try. I was like all right, if you really want to, I will. I'm not going to tell you no. So we went. We was trying. It was like 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and you was like we
No,
gonna
it
do it
wasn't
for
like
6 months.
6 months. It was like 4 months because it was
No,
from
it
like
was 6 months.
from like July to like November. Yeah. It was
No, it was 6 months.
Whatever. Anyway, go ahead. Continue.
Because I remember you wanted to stop at a certain time. He's like, I don't want to be pregnant during the summertime, so if it don't happen, then it ain't gonna happen. And we both was like, all right, cool. So then it was like I thought we was cool, so it ain't happened when we tried. So then I was like, all right, we good. So we ain't got nothing to worry about.
Got that out
Next
the
thing you
way.
know, you was like, babe. I'm like, what? He's like, I think I'm pregnant. I was like, man, stop playing. You gonna show me the stick. He's like, we're gonna take another one. I don't know how many you take already. 3. I'm like, what is another one gonna tell you different?
It was not 3. It was 2.
No, you said 3.
No, I told you my period didn't come, and then I peed on the stick. It was only 2. It was only 2. Backtrack. You can watch the old videos.
Okay.
It was only 2
I just
sticks.
thought you told me 4 at the time.
No.
But maybe I'm wrong. But I know it was more than 1 stick. But you took me to the store to get another one. That's all I know.
Yeah.
You told me you already did multiple. Then I just know you took me to
No, I
the
only
store to get
did
another
one, and we went to the store and got another one.
No, you did. You did one. You already did. You already did 2 before. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I promise you, you did.
I took the picture of the 2 sticks that I peed on.
The other
And
one
you
you
said
threw
come.
away. You
No,
was
I
like, man, this
didn't.
one lying. Throw that one away.
No, I
Then you go
didn't.
get another one. Like this one might be lying.
Whatever.
Can we go get one more?
Whatever. Anyway. So, oh shit was your first thought. What was your next thought?
It was like, man, this really happening. And I was like, man, we was almost in the clear. What was we thinking? And I was like, oh well, it's here now. Then I was like, man, I was like, if you are cool, but I'm gonna wait till you go to the doctor and the doctor say yeah. I don't want to get all my hopes up and it ain't really there. You just got a funky stick or something. But when you went to the doctor and you got that, like, yeah, I was like, man, it's really happening. Then we was like, we ain't gonna tell nobody yet. We ain't gonna tell nobody yet. And all of a sudden, I think you wait till you started showing a little bit. Then we was like, are we gonna tell your mom? We gonna tell my mom.
No, we told our moms and stuff. Those was the only people we told in the beginning.
I thought you was Lisa like almost 3 months before we told somebody.
No, it was like a couple after we peed on the second stick. After we went and got the stick, then we told your mom, and my mom and my dad. That was it. Then we waited till we went to the doctor, and then we started telling everybody. And Cheyenne too. And then we told everybody else
Okay.
after we went to the doctor. So, like, for both of us, like, our previous relationships is like, with our previous relationships, having a baby was not something we really wanted to do. This time, this is something we wanted to do. Like, how has that made a difference in like the experience of pregnancy for you?
That deep ass question. I'm gonna need you to repeat that because
So, how this is a planned pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
So, how does it differ? Like, how has that different for you, like emotionally, between from your last experience?
Um, in what way you mean? Because it could be because the first one with the first two, it was like shockers. It's not expected. Like
Mhm.
it wasn't like that's what I wanted at the moment,
Mhm.
and it was like I was like what 24, 25.
Mhm.
So it was like no, I didn't want that. Then it was like Kiara came and was like, all right, wasn't expecting that either, but it was like it's here,
Mhm.
both of them here.
Yeah.
So I gotta step up and do what I need to do. This one, it was like, are we gonna try? It happened, but not when we wanted to.
Mhm.
But it's like it's a little more settling
Mhm.
because of where I'm at now, like mentally and stuff like that. Like where
Mhm.
I'm at in my life, so it's like I'm good
Mhm.
and like the vibe I'm on, like with us since it's with and it happened after we were married.
Mhm.
So now it's like this is our child. So I got a child with my wife.
Mhm.
Like it's my other two.
Mhm.
Like it's like even with matter of fact, all four of them, I feel like we had to share.
Mhm.
Even though Lana and Joe were here with us more, it's like they still go with their dad. So I was like, he still has a say, or
Mhm.
he's still their dad. So it's like I'm still partial. Even with my two, they go with their mom. It's
Mhm.
like I don't have them with me for a week, so it's like it's still partial. So it's like the, now this one's here with us, full home. We're not giving them. We
Yeah.
don't have to
Include.
consult with anybody else about a child. We can consult with each other. We had to say so.
Mhm.
So no matter what, this is our responsibility to share with each other.
Mhm.
So it's different, and it feels good. So it's like I'm more happy. So it's like I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm kind of nervous, and it's not. It's like man, I gotta do this again, all over. I gotta go back to changing diapers, feeding the baby. My
Potty
oldest is
training.
13. My youngest is 11. It's been 11 years since I changed the diaper. I may have
Is
changed a
it?
few here and there in between, but it's like not
It's,
on a constant basis. So it's like,
it's your
man,
third and fifth child.
yeah, it's like my third and fifth child at the same time. My third child from my loins and my fifth child from all of them combined. 35, baby. I'm gonna let them. You the third. You the 3-5 child. 3/5.
um. So with me,
And now, wait, I'm not done.
okay.
And now I'm more interesting because I don't know what we have. I'm interested now. I want to see what comes out because it's like it's getting at me. I try not to think about it, but when somebody bring it up, it's like hell yeah, I want to know. I want to be prepared.
So you're against this whole waiting?
I'm not against it. It's just like I'm waiting.
Do
I'm
you
patiently waiting.
do you feel like you speak it into existence? Because I definitely all my videos
Yeah,
I've said he.
I do. I always say he because I want a boy, but either way, I'm gonna be happy. As long as the baby comes out healthy, I want a healthy baby. I'm good. That's all I'm asking for. Like I don't like. I wanted to be a boy,
Mhm.
but a girl, I'm still gonna be happy. It's gonna be like, man, hey baby, another daddy's girl. I already
Lord,
got two of them.
Lord, that is not what we need.
What's wrong with
Another person obsessed with
that? No,
you.
I'm just saying they all obsessed with me in their own little way. But them two, they just express
But
it more.
no, them two are like obsessed with you. You got one that wants to wear a hat so she can be like you because you always wear hats. You
Okay,
you got one, the other one that just want to be wherever you are.
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. They just end up driving me crazy.
Look, I'm always love. The kids love me, and I love the kids.
Okay, I'm kind of scared to ask this next question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. What has been my most annoying habits throughout this pregnancy that has gotten on your nerves? Do you have liquor in that cup?
No, I don't have liquor in the cup.
You just need to take a drink before you say it.
My mouth's kind of dry to talk. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. Um, it's not that it's annoying. It's that it was annoying in the beginning because it was like you don't, you not even. It's like once you found out, you automatically went to bed. Can you? Oh my! You don't even. You're not even showing. Nothing's even changing your body yet. I mean, nothing like not. I'm only changing your body. Let me take that back. I don't. I mean, it ain't to the point where it is now. How you acting now? You was acting like that in the beginning. So it was like, yo, you could do it yourself. Stop acting like you can't do nothing. Even Lana was tired of you in the beginning. She was like, you asked, you tired of me? She's like, yeah. And I busted out laughing because it was like the one time she spoke the truth, and it was like she said yeah before she even thought about like should I answer this question. It just came right out because you asked her at it. You asked her when she was at her the top of her boiling point. You saw it on her face and everything, her demeanor, everything about her was like if she asked me to do one more thing, I swear to God,
That's how you felt.
a little bit. But it was just funnier right there because it was like, I'm like, stop calling that girl to run up the steps. Ask your sonny right there. No, because she's going to get it right. He's not.
You know you gotta send your will like 4 times.
Look, hey, I guess he's going to keep learning. Eventually, you learn to get it right the first time. He hasn't had enough practice.
So that was my most annoying. That was it.
That it's now it was. It's not that it. It was more so your timing of it. It was like you see me up, but it's like you know you want to ask me, but you don't. It's like you wait till I sit down and get comfortable, and it's like, can you do this? And I'm like, I'm looking at you like, did you really just wait? And it's like, soon as I sit down, it's like, I know you didn't want this at this very second. I know whatever you wanted, you've been wanting it. You wanted to say something. I wish you would have asked me before I sat down. And it was like, I sit down, I put my feet up, and I'd be like, babe, can you? I'm like, yo, my body just like got snuggled in my spot, and you gonna say, can you get up and do something?
Those are the only two things that drove you crazy.
Yeah. And you always want ice
How is that bothering?
because you it's like when you get ice, you gotta pick specific pieces of ice instead of getting ice and putting it in your cup. Everybody's waiting to get in the refrigerator. You in the freezer like. Mm. I'm sitting there like, babe, it's ice. Like, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to make your drink cold and melt. You're going to crunch on it or eat it. It's the same. I just want some juice. Or I want my grapes. I want something out the refrigerator. But I can't get it because you sitting there going like this. No, I don't want that one. Let me get this one. Instead of just going like this and filling your cup up. Mind you, want to fill your whole cup up till you're doing this for about 5 minutes.
Whatever. So I don't care.
Other than that, everything was cool.
Just those minor things.
Yeah.
Everything else was. Is it anything that like you're nervous about, or for delivery? Like as we get closer to delivery, like is it anything? Cause you're 34 weeks.
I'm just nervous to just. I'm like waiting, and it's like I get nervous when you're not around. If like you're not home, I get nervous that they call like, babe, then I'm going to labor. So it's like I'm just waiting for it.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to get out, go out the house. I'm cool with you saying right there.
Or wait until you get home.
Yeah. If I'm with you, cool.
You rather be with me when I leave out.
Yeah.
You manage it well though. You don't seem super anxious. Like when I'm going.
Nobody knows how I feel. That's just me.
True. Then, but is it anything like specifically like about about delivery that you're nervous about, or no?
Just nervous about the whole.
I'm nervous about the whole thing.
I know I'm nervous
pushing.
about the delivery. I'm always nervous. That's the delivery is the scariest part.
Yeah.
But I'm just anxiously waiting for it.
Now, how do you think like the adjustment period is going to be once you bring the baby home? Because we got, we do September the 3rd. We considered full term on your birthday, actually. You 37 weeks, your birthday.
Just keep the little ass in there until after my birthday.
So,
no, that's like, no.
First day of school is on the 30th.
Uh-huh.
So, how you going to manage, like, me in the hospital, 11 dogs, 11 kids, and we adding one more?
I don't know.
You gonna need a drink?
I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I'm just gonna make it happen.
You gonna activate?
We just gotta adapt like we do to everything else.
True. That's true. What else I wanted to ask you? The my weekly needles that I have to get. Did that at any point like scare you or like bother you?
Because I don't want you. I never wanted you to get them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like I don't really know what they're doing to you and the effects they're having to you or the baby.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just but they said it helps you because like your situations.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. But all all your appointments, everything's coming back good. So like, I'm cool. But I could do it without the leave. And and the fact that baby more, baby more,
Yeah, cause soon as we done, you gotta massage
baby
my arm.
more.
Cause today was a needle day, so.
I know. So as soon as we done, baby, my arm right here.
Hmm. And you got, so you was able to go to some ultrasounds. How did they make you feel?
It was cool. It was good. I just like hearing the heartbeat. It's still amazing. Like yo, now y'all can tell me how much the baby weigh. What else can y'all tell me about this youngin? Like y'all could the baby like through the camera or whatever. You could tell me how much he weigh. Hey, how I go with it. But it was just like it's seeing them moving and stuff like that. It's like, all right, cool. I guess like hearing like the appointments saying everything is all right. That's all. Everything is good. It's like that's what everybody ever hoped for. I know me, just like everything cool. So it's like I know what we gotta do. What's our next move? What's our next steps?
Hmm. Well, bags is packed finally.
I wonder what's in them. I don't know. We hide packages. Packages come. I just look like here you go.
You could open them, you just choose not to.
I don't owe people mouth. They ain't addressed to me. It ain't for me. Cause I didn't order it.
Sometimes you do order it.
But if I order something for me, then I know. But when it comes with your name on it, I'll wait. I'm patient. I don't need to open it. You gonna open it.
Well, you order it because you pay for it. And it's addressed to me.
You be stealing. That's why I be checking my account. Like, yo, I know I ain't spending this much money. Dirty.
So,
Now I know my account like $5. Like I like, yo, I know I ain't spent time.
I always let you know when I charge something to your account.
Sure. You might be telling me when I sleep, babe, you know I put this on your account. I'm like, yeah.
Whatever.
I'm gonna start recording while I'm asleep just to see what you be doing.
Whatever. So now, if like physically you see all the changes in my my stomach, like
Yeah.
what is it like? Like,
It's funny. It was funny because it's like babe, you see, babe, you see, like babe, it's like a day, 2 days later, your stomach ain't changed, it's still the same. But it was just like it was just fun, like still seeing the changes in the growth, and then starting to see the baby move, and then like while I'm holding your stomach, I feel it. I just feel the pushback. So I'd be concerned about you too.
you concerned about me?
Yeah.
I'm not just your baby machine.
Yeah. But
If final thoughts. Any final thoughts?
just know
Anything you feel?
I'm blessed. That's all I can say. I'm just waiting to hold the little bambino just like this.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
So
That's the end.
just wait and see whether it's a boy or a girl. The world may not.
You got your names picked out.
Sure.
What are your names?
Joshua for a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Alea for a girl.
It was some hard work finding that girl name.
It wasn't a hard word. It was just like And our mindset, we was having the boys, so we chopped them names down in like 10 seconds because we both only came up with one name that we had off the top of our head.
True.
And then we just picked between them two names, and we just kept coming up with names and how we sound with, and we just chose the best one. But the girl name, since we don't know, that wasn't in our mind, so we started off with like 15, 20 something names, and we like, yo, we just gotta stop putting names on our list. Then we started chopping them down. Then, like, every couple days we read it, like, chopping more off. It was like the elimination, just chopping them down, chopping them down. Then we started, when we came down with our good five, then we started
Mm.
putting middle names, like, what's a good middle name? Then we started thinking middle names. Then we started, all right, maybe this name will go good with this name. So we started moving names around. Then we started chopping them down. We got down to the five names that we wanted. Then we got down to the two names. Then
Mm-hmm.
it was just like, all right, which ones are we feeling this one more? Cut this one off.
Mm-hmm.
Are we feeling this one more? Cut this one off. All right, we might as well just go with this one. Like,
Yeah.
and that's how we came up with the lady. Plus, we just like how the name sound, the name, the way it flowed, and the way it went with the middle name. So
True. Well, that's the end, people.
yeah,
On the dad's edition of pregnancy journey.
now I can go to bed.
Yes.
Hold
So
me hostage. Stars. I know.
urgent.